Let's get it. It is an absolutely gorgeous day here in the Carolinas, and I'm so glad to see it. I do hope everyone is well and that you too are able to get out and enjoy this day. I am having a great day so far with the Most High. So glad to be in the secret place again with Him. And as I said, I'm no stranger to the secret place because I get up every day and seek to hear from Him. Because as I said in the prior recording, I couldn't make it without Him. Like David said, don't take your Ruach HaKodesh away from me. I couldn't make it without Him. I need the Most High Spirit to lead and guide me into all truth daily. And pardon that navigation, I'm headed out to a job. But I felt we need to go and get this idea off of our Ruach, since it's so fresh after I study. And as always, I hope everyone is well and that you too are able to get out and enjoy this day. Now, some of you new folks might be asking, Robert, why do you say that every single day? Because it's kingdom protocol. That's what the Most High tells me to say. Basically from my experiences of not being able to get out and enjoy the day. Of basically being stuck in a hospital, stuck in a rehab center, and then finally stuck at home. And those were some hard times. So that's why it's in my Ruach to say that daily. Because I do hope no one else is going through the same thing I went through. Or that you're not able to at least get out the house. Because I was stuck one time, I couldn't even get out the house. I mean, I could basically, my exercise for the day was getting up and going to the mailbox and going to sit back down and then climbing the stairs back upstairs that night or that evening. That was the bulk of my exercise. Climbing down the stairs, going to the mailbox when the mailman came, and then going back upstairs. So it's a hard path to have to be on when you can't get out and do for yourself like you want to, like I am now. And see, I had questions about this day here. I didn't know if I was going to get back out, ever walk again, but also to be able to get out here and work with my hands for myself and my family. So I say praise the Most High for that. And also, we're going to get to our thought for today. And it is, have you lost your flavor? Oh boy. that's one that digs in you. Have you lost your flavor? That means you're not the same. And I think that goes towards the script that says, of course that script is in Matthew 4, I believe. And we'll read the scripts when we get settled. But that lends itself to, have you lost your first love? Because if you lost your first love, who is the Alpha and Omega, the author and finisher of your faith, the one who made you with a purpose. If you have lost Him, then you're detached. Like the script says, He's the vine and you're the branch. So So if you're not attached to him,
there's a speed trap ahead.
boy, we don't want nothing to do with no speed trap. I'm gonna slow down. Take it easy. Praise the Most High. I see you, fella. You have me out here looking crazy, trying to get to a job and you stopping me. Oh, you're gonna take it easy, going up the street, up the road, up the highway. Praise the Most High. If you've lost your flavor, and the meaning of flavor is very interesting, but we'll jump on that in a little bit also when we get on the scripts. But I want us to ask ourselves that question today. Have I lost my flavor? Am I not the same as I used to be? And I'm going to say that. Am I not tasting the same as I used to be? Because we know in the script it says, oh, taste and see that the Most High is good. Blessed is the man that trusted in him. So if we being his children, we want people to be able to taste what we're cooking. Who is that? Rock? Rock used to say that. Can you smell what the rock is cooking? If I'm not mistaken. But yeah, we're to give off that sweet aroma to the Most High. And you know, if it's a sweet aroma, then it's a great taste, a great flavor. See, some of us have lost our first love, and we're basically bland. Like one text says, we're lukewarm. We're neither here nor there. And see, the Most High needs us to be hot, on fire for him. He said in that same text, I wish you was hot or cold, but because you're neither, I'm going to spew you out of my mouth. So that's basically saying the Most High is going to give him a taste test before he puts you out there for other people to get a taste of it. He's going to get a taste test to make sure you're tasting like what he put in the pot. So if you taste like something he ain't done or he haven't done, then he's going to have to spit you out and throw the whole pot away. And we'll pray that he won't throw the baby out with the bathwater like we were speaking on yesterday. That he'll take us and rework us like the potter's wheel. Because that's where we want to stay. And the idea that people put across is that it's so painful being on the potter's wheel. And yeah, it's uncomfortable. But after a while, it should become pleasurable. Because you're getting the attention of your Father. He's rubbing up on you. He's taking care of you. He's being gracious and kind to you. Taking out what's not good and you're putting in what's well and what's beneficial. See, that's the power word of the day, beneficial. So what happens when we lose our flavor? Pardon me. I think we're either not, like we said before, not pure, and we're mixing with the word. See, when people taste and see us, taste and see, because we are the light of the world, so they see us. They got to see something new. Or should I say, they got to see something different. They can't see the same thing the world is showing, because they're going to be like, no, I already know that. I already seen that. That's me looking in the mirror. I need something fresh. I need something new. Show me something different. Just like the old saying goes, show me the money. Folks want to see something different in our lives, in and out of our lives. And the question is, are we showing them the same thing that they see on a daily basis? Are we giving them a taste of the same bland, corrupted mess they've been tasting daily? It's a good question to ask ourselves today. And Most High willing, we'll come back and share them scripts and parlay on some more thoughts if he's willing. But as I said, this is a great question for today. Have I lost my flavor? Do I still taste like the Most High? Am I still reciprocating him? Oh boy, what a great question. Am I reciprocating the Most High? Am I still being the conduit? I believe that's the right word. That he needs me to be, so his power can flow through me to other folks. Am I being a vessel of honor? There we go. Or dishonor? Praise the Most High.
In 2 miles, take exit 22 toward Cramerton.
And that has always been my prayer of late. I should say that's been my prayer of late. That I would always be a vessel of honor and not dishonor. See, and it's pretty much impossible to go back and be a vessel of dishonor when the Most High is pretty much cleaning you up. And I say pretty much cleaning you up because this is always a work in progress, and we must stay pliable in his hands. So as we stay pliable in his hands, he's continually perfecting us into the being that he needs us to be, into the workman that he needs us to be. So to that I say, praise the Most High. And we have spoken on that 2 times in the last few days. Stay pliable. Stay pliable. So you don't want to be like them objects that don't have no being. And see, some objects have...
In half a mile, take exit 22 toward Cramerton.
Some objects have them little cut lines in them. So all you need to do is bend it and tear it. But some like pieces of paper, they don't have those dotted lines in them.
Take exit 22.
And when you try to tear, you tear all outside of the line you want to tear.
In a quarter mile, keep left at the fork. Follow signs for Gastonia, Cramerton.
And see, family, that's the only time when the
Keep
Most
left
High
at the fork, then turn left onto South Main Street.
is working on you where it hurts. See, he's trying to make you pliable, and also he's trying to make it so that the transition from where we're at won't be so hard. But it's up to us.
Turn left onto South Main Street.
The text says
Continue for 2 miles.
if you're willing and obedient, you'll eat the good of the land. But see, a lot of times we want the good of the land, but we don't want to be obedient. Oh boy. That's my time for now. I love y'all. Stay up and keep pushing forward in the right direction. Shalom. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed, fam. I was just sitting there in the truck. Well, let me be honest. I just went to the restroom after getting out here to the park. And the Most High was putting something in my ruach. I said, really, Pop, you want me to say that? He said, yes, say it. So I said, okay, I will. This idea for today have you lost your flavor is one of some folks are finding out that Yahusha or Jesus is a black man. Oh boy. So they're saying they don't want to have nothing to do with no black God. And ain't that sad? And I said, ain't that sad? Because the same Yahushua is the same Jesus, which is love, which that's what the church goes on and on about. He's love. So what's changed his love for you? And then he started to speak on me about most black folks, or pardon me, most brown-skinned folks, are the most loving folks in the world. And other cultures know that and can identify. If the man, Elohim or God, coming as a man, would sacrifice his life for you, why would you still hate him just because of the color of his skin? And see, some folks, like the text says, this is a everlasting war between Esau and Jacob. And not just the brothers, but the bloodlines. So even though Jacob would die for Esau, Esau still hated him. And we're talking about the bloodline. I thought that was so sad when he whispered that to me. I said, yeah, that's right, that's true. That's true. Most folks are coming into this awakening, like I heard this teacher speaking, and have destroyed all the books of the all the books of the text or the Bible, as folks can identify with those texts. They come to find out that the Most High is black. He sent his black son to save the world, pretty much to save his people. But because his people were so hard-headed and dysfunctional, he opened the door for the Gentiles, which was his plan all along, because he knew we was going to be hard-headed. And then he turns it around so that we will be a light, not only to our people, but to the Gentiles. However, first things first, salvation first is of the Jews. So we need to preach and teach our brothers and sisters, and also those that's willing to submit to the Most High, regardless of what he looks like, and to the idea or fact that his people are most brown-skinned people. And see, the point about it is, most of us brown-skinned folks are not going to accept it. And what I mean by brown-skinned folks, that's the ones that were sent out, scattered into the whole world, into all the nations of the world by the Most High himself, because of his hard-headed, stiff-necked folks. Like I said, dysfunction. And let's look at that meaning of flavor, like we said we would. Flavor is an indication of the essential character of something. It's the indication of the essential character of something. And I would call that the essence in my own mind and thinking of what essence really is. That's the basic foundation of who you are, your DNA, your essence. What goes back to the Most High after you're done here on the earth physically. Your Ruach, your spirit. And that was a gift given to all of us by the Most High. And with that gift, he gave us free will to choose. And that's why the book reads so differently for everybody now. Not only that they know who he is, but knowing how much love he has for all people. Well, most, because he said he hates Esau, but he loves Jacob. However, he leaves the door open for everybody about it. He said in the text, whoever believes on the name of the Most High shall be saved, which is Yahushua HaMashiach, Jesus the Christ, his salvation. So it's going to be very hard for somebody that hates the Most High or Yahushua, his son, to come to him seeking his salvation. Because as I learned, a lot of times folks don't think they need saving. And it's true, most folks don't, because they're in their heaven now. They're in their paradise right now. Because they're being on top and pretty much living high off the hog, as my folks would call it back in the country. We would call it high on the hog when you living above your means. And see, that's what happened to our captors. They live above their means because they got this free labor, and now it's coming back around. They got to pay for it. Because it's like the text says, he that puts folks into captivity will soon go into captivity themselves. And we all know the one of the golden rules: you reap what you sow. But let's read over Matthew, and that was 5, not 4. We're gonna do 3 through 20. Pardon me. And the heading of this text of Matthew 3, it says the Beatitudes. And see, just as I was speaking about having a choice, this is the choice the Most High is talking to us about through his son Yahushua. Pardon me. The Most High blesses those who are poor and realize their need for him, for the kingdom of heaven is theirs. Yahuwah blesses those who mourn, for they will be comforted. Yahuwah blesses those who are humble, for they will inherit the whole earth. Yahuwah, or Yahuwah, blesses those who hunger and thirst for righteousness, for they will be satisfied. Yahuwah blesses those who are merciful, for they shall be shown mercy. And see, this is going into some of the choices that we have. Of course, we don't have a lot of choices if we're born poor and if we're mourning. See, a lot of times those are beyond our control. Well, the text goes on to say that the humble will be blessed. Those that hunger and thirst after justice or for justice, they will be satisfied. And Yahuwah blesses those who are merciful, for they shall be shown mercy. See, these are choices we have to make. And here's another good one, and this one is wrapped up in our idea for today. It says Yahuwah blesses those who are Yahuwah blesses those whose heart are pure, for they shall see the Most High. And see, that's what this idea is about today. Having a pure heart before the Most High. Yahuwah blesses those who are persecuted for doing right, for the kingdom of heaven is theirs. Yahuwah blesses you when you mock. Pardon me. Yahuwah blesses you when people mock you and persecute you and lie about you and say all sorts of evil things against you because you are my followers. Be happy about it. Be very glad, for a great reward awaits you in heaven. And remember the ancient prophets who were persecuted. And remember the ancient prophets were persecuted in the same way. And the next heading says salt and light. Here we go. It's teaching about salt and light. You are the salt of the earth. But what good is salt if it